So you're looking to either move to or visit Tokyo and you think you need somewhere to stay without it costing you your entire budget. Well, I have a little secret to share with you in the form of share houses. These are places where you share with between 2 and 6 people, depending where it is, share group utilities, but can get a really good deal on your accommodation. So let me take you to mine, and you can see if you think it's for you. Of course, we're going to start with the beginning. We have the usual Genp, which you are not allowed to take shoes inside the Japanese house. There's somewhere for you to leave them here. I've got 3 pairs, it's pretty full. Of course, from the Genp we enter the communal area. Each person has their own food storage. Mine is full of snacks in here, and then we have everything else. Cooking options, we've got an oven toaster, which is pretty standard. Can't do Yorkshire puddings, but it'll do. And of course the microwave, as well as a hob. Not every place I've seen in Japan has 2 of these, so it's nice to be able to do 2 things at once. And of course we've got the cooking equipment that we need here. We've got cutlery, we've got dishes, although these peach related ones are mine because they're far too adorable. And of course some cutting boards and the like. There's enough for you to be able to cook things. There's things inside the cupboards as well. There's everything you need. Spare laundry detergent, and of course garbage bags. It's a share house, unlike a hotel. You do have to sort your garbage properly. We've got burnables. We've got more burnables, although I don't use it for that. We've got glass bottles, pet bottles, cans only. All depends on which prefecture in Tokyo you're staying in. Obviously there's a place to Shinjuku, but sorting garbage is something you're not going to be able to avoid if you do here. So if you don't want to come on holiday and learn how to sort garbage, then that's a downside. Fridge, there's plenty of room. I've never actually seen a bed door tray before, so I wonder if that's a Japanese thing. But you have a shelf each. You can see mine pretty packed because I'm the only one here at the moment. I've just got this one by myself, and again, I'm just using all this space, but I'm gonna have to drink these pretty soon. But there's plenty of space for you. You will obviously have to keep in mind if you're sharing that you don't take someone else's food, but I find that's fairly easy to manage. It's also worth remembering that share houses can save you even more money because you can cook yourself, you don't need to eat out as much. And while Japan is cheap to eat out, it's still cheaper to eat at home. So it's a good option to have these choices. Oh, I missed the rice cooker. What comes with your share house is going to vary with the different options. This one actually doesn't come with a towel, so I got this one at a concert. It had regular soap, but I don't like that, so I bought some fancy push stuff. And of course you need your own toothpaste, whatever. For the sink's shared, and for the toilet, your mileage will vary as well. This toilet's fine, I probably shouldn't show you inside it, but while it's not a fancy toilet, if you flush it, which I'm not going to do, water comes out of here so you can wash your hands quickly, which is quite useful. Got your bog standard hallway with some more garbage guidance, which is always sorely needed, and my room. There's loads of different styles I've seen in this building alone. There's Japanese and Western styles. I've obviously gone for a Western style bed. We've got space for a suitcase. Got a nice little unit for whatever you want. I've just got a few little nerdy things displayed there, and usually my clothes, but currently they're drying. And of course there's a view to absolutely die for. Wow. I mean, you get what you're paying for, right? I don't care about paying for a view in the slightest. The location is amazing, which you'll see in a few minutes. There's a corner for my dirty laundry, but we try and forget about that. The desk's a pretty good size. It's next to an outlet. It's got space for my laptop, my mouse, and a few other bits. Often leave the aircon just here. You've got a bin. You've got my stitch blanket, which I leave under the desk, so I like to just have my feet on something. Another storage unit, and a coat rail. And these up here, which I have not used. And of course, most important, AC. I would have died on my first night without this, so thank goodness. You also get a nice set of options for your lights, depending on how you want to do them, that you can set in programs. So I've got a light mode and a dark mode, and having that option's really cool. And then if we come through here, and make sure to duck, by the way, because I've hit my head on these a few times and it hurts. And we've got a nice little area to dry your clothes once you use the washing machine, which is outside and might cost money. Mine does, just 200 yen, but there's plenty of space to dry your clothes and some more outside. Mine are currently just going. What I do miss is that although we have a nice little shower, it's there's no bath, as you can see. So it's, you know, it's spacious enough. You're not crammed in. There's plenty of space, but it would be nice to have a bath. I'm looking forward to having one of those at my next location. Staying somewhere equally as important as what's inside is what's outside. I'm not immediately outside, but what's around the area. And this is a great place. The area surrounding is absolutely lovely. You've got yourselves your family marts, you've got yourselves these lovely lanterns lit up, you've got all sorts of shops and dining options and places to eat, and it's really just quite a nice little area, but it feels just enough by itself. I remember on my first time walking down this road, I thought, oh my god, please let this be where I'm living. And it's basically a minute away. So I was just so enthused. It's just so gorgeous. And at the time, after an hour and a bit's walk with a heavy suitcase, it was just the reward I needed. And the place isn't without its tradition either. This particular Torii gate is only a few minutes walk, and I just love this area. This is it at night when everything's lit up. You can just about make it out. And during the day, it looks like this. And it's amazing. I can't complain. And just as important as the location is the transport links. And Kagorazawa is a great place for this. There's two main subway stations, just 5 minutes away. And 10 minutes away is Iidabashi Station, which has a further few connections. So it's a fantastic choice to get to anywhere in Tokyo. And as a personal favourite, there's this little sweet shop a minute from my house, which is dangerous. And that's it for the tour. Quite brief, but you are sharing this place with 3 people. There's not a ton of things here, but there's enough. I've been happy with the desk, I've been happy with the room. Only thing I've not been happy with is the chair, because it actually broke about 10 days into my stay. Here it is, but that was fixed within 3 hours and I got a new chair, which is lovely. Can't complain about customer service. Obviously your mileage is going to vary wildly depending on which share house you're with or anything like that, but let's get on to what's important, the price. It's going to depend on your room and your area, but this is a lovely area as I've just shown you, and the price is only 2,300 yen per night, which is what that means in dollars and pounds. It's going to depend on the exchange rate, but right now that is just $16 or like £14 a night, which is pretty incredible to be in such a vibrant place of Tokyo. If you compare that to what you pay in a hotel, it's crazy. There are obviously some conditions that come along with this for most share houses. Obviously, I've said earlier, you have to do your own garbage. There's a deposit with it as well, which was 20,000 yen, which you get 15,000 of that back because they take some for cleaning. And then there's other things depending on where you're staying. Like, for example, for my share house, because you had to give a 30-day notice to move out, as soon as I moved in, I had to give my notice on the same day. And generally, they'll have a minimum term because this is not only somewhere you could go for a holiday, this is somewhere you could live. I think if you're moving to Tokyo for the first time and you want to look at where you're going to stay before you go up for a long contract, a month in a share house so you can look around a bit and not have to worry about bills and banks and all that stuff because they accept foreign cards. And if you're going for a holiday, the two largest expenses are often flights and accommodation. Flights are a fixed cost, I can't help you with those are just expensive. But once you've paid the flights, it doesn't really matter how long you stay. And if you can stay somewhere like this for a month instead of say staying in a hotel for 2 weeks, you're getting a lot more out of your holiday, provided you can get the time off. So a month might not be for everyone, but it is a very good option if you can spare that much time. And I mean, I recommend it, because if you're coming out here, you may as well spend as much time as possible. And right now I'm like 3 weeks into my trip, and I've got so many things on my list of Tokyo still to see, and things I want to go back to. So I'm actually moving out of Tokyo after this month. I'm going to see Kyoto and Osaka, but then I'm coming back. I'm not going to stay in this share house because I'd like to live in a different area, but I'm probably going to stay in one again unless I find another exceptional offer on something. Adding in the edit as well, obviously it's a share house, you are sharing with other people, so this isn't appropriate if you really value your personal space, but there is a lock on the doors, and that's what I need. I need a lock on my door. If you're traveling not alone like I am, some of them charge extra depending if someone else is in the room, and I haven't seen any with double beds, so I'm sure they exist, and obviously not appropriate for families. So unless you rent out the whole place, which would probably be more expensive than a hotel, but then you basically get a whole apartment block to yourself, so you do the math on that. But for solo travelers, it's kind of all okay, and I haven't been able to meet anyone through it because I've been the only person here just because no one else has booked the other rooms. But if you're solo traveling, meeting people can be nice. Again, as long as you've got a lock on the door. I need to have a locked door when I sleep, just because I do. And somehow I missed the most important part. It has Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi's fast. You're good on that front. So yeah, hopefully you find this video informative, useful, somewhere along those lines, or just enjoyed seeing where I'm staying. If you've got any questions, you can leave them down below. I'll answer them if they're short, or put them in a future Q&A if they're a bit longer. But thanks for watching, and that's it for today, so take care.